Virtual vibe sanity is what we're hoping for.
Hello. How lovely to see you. How's it going, VR fans? You keeping well? Welcome to another episode of Brain Man Virtual Reality Reviews. Here we are to explore yet again on a weekly basis a VR experience or game, and today we're going to get stuck into something a little bit different. This city of mine, London, was founded by the Romans. No one really thought it was very important, but the Roman invasion came along, second time lucky, they took over, and so today the experience we're going to investigate is relevant to that story. So without further ado, let us go from reality to virtual reality, where we're going to get stuck in to a virtual reality experience that complements the release of a new flat screen TV/film phenomenon. This is a bit of a trend. A couple of episodes in a row we're looking at these kind of things, how you enliven the story that you can watch through a different medium in the world of VR. And this one's quite exciting because it's called Britannia. Now, I am a real softie. Well, I have a real soft spot for anything that has to do with, ancient Britain. So in this case, it's Britannia VR. There's a Sky/Amazon original thing, CoPro, and it's made, the VR experience to go with it is made by a company that is apparently quite highly regarded. They're called Dimension Studios. They're based in London, and they have a reputation for doing sort of super high definition VR experiences. So I'm particularly excited to see what they have to say about it. Now, I've always loved anything to do with the Saxon invasion, the Roman invasion, the Viking invasion. So in this case, it's the Romans invading Britannia. They tried it once, they got repelled, and then the Celtic tribes suffered a defeat the second time round, and so this is in that era. So I've run through it just to make sure I can work out the basics. I've done one of the stories, and so I'm going to revisit with you the second one. So this is all about sort of the Celtic tribes. They're informed by the druids who would commune with the gods. It's sort of Stonehenge-y kind of era for thousands of years, and then eventually the Romans come and invade. And then we start getting some records because the Romans actually left some documentation, whereas the various stone circles in Britain, it's a bit of a mystery. Apart from what the Romans said about them, there's no real records to help us understand apart from archaeological stuff. So it's pretty easy. You hit the top of the big thumb button, the trackpad button. And they've got this quite clever system of showing you where you can walk using the footprints, and it gives you a chance to go over and use the trigger button to pick things up and put them down. And then you can also do that kind of thing at a distance by pulling the trigger, like point at the thing, and then it says it's grabbable. So, that bit's quite good. We've got all this puffy smoke. It's not the most amazing effect I've ever seen in my life, but it's not too bad. You've got these cool Celtic runes all over the place, which is nice. And, as a tutorial to make sure that you're very clear how it all works, I think this is pretty cool. You've got standing stones, it's got stuff written on them, it helps you to understand what's going on. Obviously, it's designed with a different motion controller in mind, but that's all right. So it's asking me to interact with the coin. So I hit the trigger to pick up a coin, then I throw it into the bowl, boom. So I very quickly get a sense of what the game's going to be about. Is it a game? It's more of an experience. There's a little bit of interactivity, but it's basically a narrative. So again, you teleport essentially onto the log to sit down again, and then you teleport to get off it, la 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 la. And then here's the gateway. Now, I really like this. There's all sorts of different ways to teleport people into different places. Typically, people will invent, a sort of a portal that you can step through. in keeping with the druidic kind of vibe of the day, you sit down in a chair and you drink from a bowl of trippy stuff. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So you can look away from it, but if you look through the smoke and then sniff from it, you get kind of transported into this world. 45 AD, 2 years after the Roman invasion, or 2 years into the Roman invasion, Rome's grip on Britannia has tightened. So I'm only a few episodes into series 1, West Britannia, Dematai camp. This was to accompany the launch of series 2. You are part of a lost Celtic tribe. And here is the encampment. So immediately I can see what they were talking about, in the sense that Dimension Studios is made a pretty, it's on the border of photorealistic. It's probably only not photorealistic because of the limitations of my machine. But this sand is really realistic, and the sand dunes are really realistic, and the sense of space and the clouds moving across, like this is a higher standard than Skyrim. And Skyrim is pretty good. It doesn't have the same depth and breadth as Skyrim. So, you can go and explore things. What's over here? I don't know, mud wrestling pit? Oh no, this is probably a corral for animals. And this is probably the food for the animals. Oh, and is this dried snakes? Oh no, it's tentacles. This is seafood drying. There's some fish. Oh, there's some lovely crab. Lovely crab. What have we got here? Crab legs. Not sure what that is. Seaweed, maybe? Yeah, this is squid tentacles, or octopus tentacles. It's amazing, isn't it? Like, can I reach it? No. So there's plenty of false affordances in the... Oh, look, it's telling me, stop mucking about here, go over there. So I shall do that in my own good time. I think this is pick upable. There you go. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but it is pick upable. So yeah, you got the seagulls and the wind, and you can hear the flapping of material. Like, this shimmering. It's important to add realism. But the footsteps are guiding me over here, and it's telling me, go to the fire, sit down. Okay, so I did this experience, the Druid Resistance, and I'd highly recommend it. I've never participated in a Druidic ritual until today when I did that, but I don't want to spoil it. I think that's going to be the best one. I want you to do Britannia VR yourself, and I want you to do the Druid Resistance. But just to give you the other side of it, I'm going to do the Roman power. So this is basically, you can choose at this point, am I going to back the Druids? Am I going to back the Romans? Let's go and see what the Romans have to say. Whoa. And have a drinky poos. And in we go. So we're going to start off in a Roman bath. This guy is the head Druid. He's scary. He's got really chiseled teeth, and he's got really sallow cheeks, and he looks like he's taken way too many hallucinogenic drugs. Okay, someone's playing a lyre. That's always a good start to any experience. Oh, I'd love to do this for real right now. Oh, do I recognise
What do
him?
you think of our baths?
I mean, look at
All
this
local
guy.
stone,
All local stone.
The general loves his baths, and why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he?
We Romans are the future of Britannia.
Yes, indeed.
We like things straight, ordered. But this island is full of dark diversions. Join us. See Imperial Rome's hold over Britannia. Follow our gods, and then enter the bath to meet our emperor.
Really? That's a bit weird. So look at this guy. I mean, this is a real human. I'm in the room with a real human. Hello. Okay, so he doesn't follow you around, but that's because he's not an avatar. This was an actor went into a room with zillions of cameras pointing from every conceivable direction, illuminated beautifully, in order to create this lovely 3D representation of a human. Brilliant uniform. Well, obviously they had the uniforms because they were filming it. You know, this is great. This is starting to give us a little flavour of the future. So this is a scroll, presumably. Princess Senna got in trouble for having this because. All right. Oh, hello. Wait, what's going on?
All Canty and Iceni lands have been pacified. Rebels fled north. The Ninth pursued and annexed all sympathetic tribes. And yet the druids of the force.
SPQR.
They control the hearts and the minds of the people.
Yeah, I saw that scene. That's the episode I watched today. Brilliant.
It has power.
Dung, dung. That's the heart of the king. I'm not going to say any more. I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Britannicus. Vectis, that's the Isle of Wight. That's where back in these days they used to put all the mad people. Cantiaci. So this is England. This is like Cornwall, Devon, Dorset, Wales. Oh, Dematai. So when it said I was in the Dematai camp, that's West Wales. So there were lots and lots of tribes who all hated each other. The Iceni, that's where Boudica comes from. It's the Iceni who repelled the first one. So obviously they thought, screw attacking from the east, let's go from the west coast. We might have more luck. Dobuni, Ordovices, Kornovii, Coritanii. What have I done wrong? Oh, look, the thing's still in here. I clearly shouldn't have chucked this in here. But can I get it back? I should have held it in my hand, shouldn't I? Oh, hello.
This is your Celtic god Terence.
Ah.
You should be free to worship your gods any way you choose. All we ask is you call them something we Romans recognise. Taranis is your king of the gods. Well, our king of the gods is called Jupiter. Help us make that change.
Oh. 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 Jupiter!
Now have yourself a bath.
Thank you. Oh, yes. Where's my golden goblet gone? There we go. Pour it on my hair.
Fetch and touch the coin.
What coin?
I'll see you later, on the other side.
All right, mate. Catch you later. So I've got to go... Oh, there's the coin. There we go. Oh. The one thing you can say about these experiences that complement films or TV series is the sound is brilliant. Like, they obviously get the same people. Well, not obviously, but probably get the same people who do the score for the film. Well, I never to do the sound for the VR experience because it's pretty good. What have we got in here? Okay, that's not interactable. Oh, okay, we got interactables there. What's this? Someone's finished. Here you go. Have some fish. No? Alright, so clearly some serious construction going on. Ha! That's a bit dodge. That has a shadow, live shadow, but I do not. So bizarre. Hello. Okay, so we got some coinage. Got some coins. Got some bread. Looks like good bread. What's in here? Not loads of coins. Oh look, and here's an even bigger version of the decanter. So it's all well and good, but not terribly interesting. Ah, how have I gone down a floor? Oh, yeah, so what I was saying earlier was that Queen or Princess Sarah got in trouble for having Roman scrolls because apparently the written word was considered evil by the Celts, and she almost paid for it with her life. Hello, everybody. I'm a visitor. SPQR. I really do wonder what I'm sure I should know, but I wonder what the significance of that is. Hello, soldier. Oh, yes. Let's put on my gauntlets. How am I looking? Yeah. Oh, and instead of Celtic runes, you get Roman numerals. Yeah, looking good. All right, let's cause some trouble. Ooh, and 4 of wine. Yes, please. Slight criticism that your feet aren't actually in contact with the ground, but, you know, can't have everything in life. Hello. Servus. What's going on over here? Oh, more crabs. Good. Yeah. What else have we got? Wow. I'm in a Roman market. What have you got in there? Hey, Grandma. Oh, you're not a grandma. Sorry, that was a bit rude. Got stuff hidden. What have you got, lady? Nice baskets. Orange carrots. I thought that was specially made for William of Orange. Oh, I do like a mushroom. That's a little bit historically inaccurate, but I'm just being a pedant now. Carrots shouldn't be orange until much later in history. Turnip! That's what the Romans called us, turnip eaters. Oh yeah, okay, follow the footsteps, follow the footsteps, follow the footsteps. What's going on over here, though? I want to know. Oh, it's you again. What? You're over there. Have you got a twin? Ha! They thought people wouldn't spot the resemblance. You're the same woman. And you're the same man as this man. This is a town of twins, isn't it? Yeah, you're the same. Ha! Rumbled. Look at that. Proper Roman shield. Big old spear. You're probably the same. No, you're different from the other guy. What have we got over here? What are you doing? Selling cartwheels? You again? You again? Triplets. This is bonkers. This is all bonkers. Oh, look at you. Just chilling. Well, this is kind of cool. Where's this guy? Oh, I'm not allowed over there. Not allowed in the... Fair enough. Right, let's... It's good that you didn't walk through me. Okay, let's do as you're told. Go in here. Who are we going to find in here? Oh. Oh, hi. You again. What's this?
See this? Just shiny metal. Everyone believes it.
Yes.
They'll work their lives away.
Yes.
Betray friends. Kill even. Pour the bowl of liquid silver into the mold and make a Roman coin.
Yes. Did you know that when I was filming one of the intros or outros down at Tower Bridge, I saw one of the metal detector guys, and he was tremendously excited because the day before he found exactly one of these silver denarii. And he showed me a photo of it, a tiny fragment. I couldn't believe that he could identify it as a Roman coin, because it was a tiny shard with a vague impression of a head. And he said that they have to send it to the City of Museums straight away. That's the condition of being a mudlark. You have to give it all. But then he wanted to, so that they can find out which emperor's era it was from. Okay, cool. Now what? Right. What's going on out there? All right. Oh. Oh. Gosh, that's so cool. Probably not clever to do it with my fingers. Wow, you get to make silver coins. Can I get those? Oh, right, this is great. I'm making silver coins. So I put it on here, and then I bash it. Oh, you hold that there. And then, bang! Yeah! That's brilliant.
There's new magic in this land. We know it, and the druids know it.
All right. So I made some silver coins. Now I can find out what all the noise outside is about. Ah, it's the Emperor! Oh, wow! Look at that! The Emperor's on his elephant. Oh my giddy gosh. Oh, ah, wow. Oh my.
Sometimes
what a great
it is the
experience.
one man you need to fear.
I made silver coins.
Shift the pillars of time.
Oh yeah. That's so good, man. All right. So look, it's going to now ask me to do the other one. And I'm not going to do the whole experience because I really think it's important that you do it yourself. But I'll just show you, give you a glimpse of what it's like. So you meet this character who, in episode 1, series 1, this young lady is a prisoner in the dungeons. Where's she gone? And she claims to be a god who tries to shag the king's son. But yeah, this is actually a character from the show for real. Hi. By all means. Very nice and attractive young woman.
The journey ahead is a journey into darkness.
Ooh.
The druids may not survive it, but we must ensure that the light prevails.
Pretty cool, huh? Hello.
Pick up the bones and practice throwing them.
It's great, isn't it? Did you see all the twitching? I'll make her talk again. Watch her mouth. Like it's really realistic.
What think you, Druid Quain?
Like there's an unevenness to her lip.
Slow. These are backward. You're better than this. Focus.
Like when she speaks, her lips, like my
Throw
lips, they're not even, and that's what gives it away that it's fake. When everything's perfectly symmetrical, when it's made in VR, this kind of thing is great because again, an actress has been brought in. So how did I do this time? Oh, not very well.
Better.
You see, the right
Better.
side of her lip, the left side of the lip moved differently.
Throw again.
Please. How about that?
See the spirits around you. Feel the sacred winds speak to you through the trees.
Yes, I'm very moved. It's a bit weird
Follow our way.
that it tells you to move here,
Make our magic.
and you'd expect to
and
turn
meet
around,
the
but it
second man.
forces you
There.
around.
First, though, you must help us. Fetch the effigy of Locker.
Locker?
Burn Locker and hear Rome scream.
Yes. Oh, look, there's some kind of light coming out of her head. So it sends you off on a merry dance, and all these things puff into, all the torches puff into light. Oh, what have I done? So I'll just give you a glimpse into the next chapter. Oh, that's a bit dizzying. Too much graphical power required. It's sort of glitching a bit, but whenever that happens, I always just shut my eyes. Oh, what's going on? It's stuck. Okay, no, it's not stuck. Okay, so that's where the lady was up there. This is the new bit, and here's the glimpse I promised you. Kind of cool, like cavernous, pretty realistic, cavernous thing, and some water, some weird stuff seeping through from the ceiling. But anyway, I don't want to spoil it for you. So let's fast forward. So let's go from virtual reality to reality. Well, Dimension Studios made Britannia VR to accompany the pretty decent series by all accounts. I loved Vikings, hence growing my hair ridiculously long. The reason I love Vikings is because I find it really interesting to understand a little bit more about how Britain came to be. How did such a tiny scrap of an island come to end up with an empire that stretched around the entire globe? Now, the Britannia story, the Roman invasion story, that precedes even the Viking story. So that's kind of like the original clue as to how we came to ride roughshod across the entire world. And in terms of transporting you in an immersive way into that sort of Celtic version of Britain and giving you a taste of what it was like on the Celtic side as well as on the Roman side, I have to say it does a very good job. As I mentioned, I think that the avatars are much more photorealistic than the ones you get in other experiences. Let's say, for example, 1111. Again, I've an experience, a story, a narrative that I've reviewed previously. All of the characters in that looked brilliant, but they were so polished that you kind of knew they weren't real. Whereas in this case, you could tell they'd got actors in, they'd filmed them from multiple directions in order to create almost photorealistic avatars. So in that regard, it was much more realistic. In other regards, it's still the same problem of false affordances. You look at things, you think you'll be able to pick it up because it's right next to an object that you can, and you can't, which is a bit annoying. As you can see, it was a little bit unclear what I was supposed to do in the Roman baths. Like, quite often in VR experiences, if you don't do things exactly in the order the developer wanted you to do, or if you're not standing in exactly the place to trigger that trigger box that allows the next part of the story to unfold, you know, it's a little bit amateurish. I think, you know, when we look back on such things in 10 years' time, it'll be laughable. It'll be like looking at a black and white movie where the only music is provided by someone playing live piano in the cinema. It'll seem a bit clunky, but if you put the whole thing together, if you put the beaches of West Wales where you find this sort of Celtic, you know, where you first find yourself when you arrive in the experience, it's really, really convincing. Like, you genuinely feel like you're there. The clouds moving overhead. It's a bit barren. There's no one there, but all the stuff in that world is beautifully put together. The animators have done a cracking job in terms of making you feel like you're there. The storytelling kind of device of allowing you to move from place to place by sniffing the bowl or, you know, putting the goblet of wine to your mouth, I thought that was really, really clever. I've never seen that kind of thing done before, so Dimension Studios definitely get credit for that, because it's in keeping with the narrative, it's in keeping with the story. The druids probably did commune with the gods by eating lots of magic mushrooms and God knows what other sort of hallucinogenic drugs that made them think, at least, that they were communing with deities. And so it's relevant to the storyline. So yeah, I mean, it's great. You can only go so far with such things. It is, after all, a device to kind of bring attention to a series in a world where there's zillions of series to choose from. And in that regard, it did a brilliant job, because I heard that the studio did excellent high quality work. I then looked up what the studio did. I realized that one of these things was available on Steam, so I could use it with my Vive and PC combination. And now they have a new fan. So, tick in the box, job done. And as a VR experience, it ain't too bad. Well, particularly if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about, you know, what the history of Britain was like 2,000 years ago. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining. I'll be back next week with another little look into the world of VR that accompanies film/tele. So I'll catch you then. Have a good week.
Much better. VR is amazing.